Eric Keller here with Enthusiast Auto Group. We are in EAG Super Seca Warehouse number 1, and today we're going to talk about a really special car that's part of the EAG Collection, a Laguna Seca Blue final year 2002 M-Coupe. But first, I wanted to share a little quick news. We are heading to Monterey Car Week next week. This is the 10th year that we have participated in this really fantastic celebration of everything cars. And this year we're doing something pretty special. We sold a car at 1M to a really cool guy in Carmel, and he has opened up his home and compound, his car compound, to the EAG family and the Enthusiast Auto Group. And if we have any clients that have bought cars from us or sent their cars to us for rejuvenation, I invite you to reach out to us. We'll give you coordinates and times. So if you are going to be in the Peninsula for Car Week, please drop us a line. So this Laguna Seca Blue M-Coupe has been with us for quite a long time. We purchased it, I believe, in 2013. And I'm going to use this car kind of as an exercise going over, what we go through with our clients, both in the car consulting side of things, but also trying to get to that car that we would have ordered when it was new. And for me, this is it. Down to, every option code, this is exactly what I would have ordered. But it's really hard to be able to generate that now with 678 of these built, with the last one being built 17 years ago. They're not making more. And when you're using a really high quality of control filter, as we do, the first one that you find that would work for you is probably not going to be your unicorn car like this is for us. It took 8 different jumps to get to this car. And the one before it was a very significant 02 Estoril on solid black with just 2,500 miles. That one did have a sunroof, and it was really close to what we wanted, but it was not the Laguna Seca Blue, and it was not a sunroof delete. This car is not for sale. We've been approached many times with cars or with clients that would love to own this car, and we understand. It has become a permanent fixture of the stable, and we get it out and enjoy it a couple times a year. It's sitting just over 3,400 miles. And we sourced it from the original selling dealership, originally called Cooney BMW out in Oregon. And they sold it new to a client that had a pretty interesting profile. He was just gung-ho about Z3 M-Coupes, and I think he totally bought like 7 of them new and sold a couple of them slowly back in that 2012-13 timeframe. And one of the lessons I learned with this car is when you see the right car, even if the price is not exactly what you were hoping for, but it's the right car and the condition's right, sometimes you just got to pay the man. And we go through that with selling our cars, and there's a little twang of pain buying your first EAG BMW, very common. We get it. Our stuff is not the cheapest, but you get what you pay for. And when we found this car, the top market was mid upper 30s would buy you the best Z3 M-Coupe ever. And I called him up, and he said, yeah, it's this, it's that, it's perfect, it's brand new. And we're like, yeah, we can see that. So what do you want? And they're like, we want original MSRP. Gulp. What? Yeah, we want MSRP. And we want what it sold for new. And I explained how many of these that we had sold and what our view was on the market. And like, yeah, we understand all that. We know, but this is this, and that's what we want. And it was a pretty hard decision. And I knew that if I didn't make said decision pretty quickly, somebody else was going to make it for me. And that MSRP was $45,635. And yeah, it stung. But we knew that we weren't going to find another one. They only made 2 Laguna Seca Blue sunroof deletes. They only made 41 LSBs total. So the time you see it is the time you have to make a decision, and we did. And I am elated that we did that, because the car is certainly done well in the marketplace, and that's not the sole reason why we bought it. And we knew that it was going to take some time for the market to come back to us to get even to par of what we paid for it. But a lot of guys have told us over the years it's not so much as you paid too much. you just bought too soon. And you know, when you got your unicorn in front of you, that's just sometimes what you have to do. So we always, you know, I get a lot of calls, you know, call me when. And, you know, my advice a lot of times, if we've got something that's, you know, 80% of what they're looking for, you know, why don't you just jump into this one? It's going to drive the same as you know, the ideal car that you want, all things considered. And with EAG's, you know, vetting and quality control, it's a EAG Rejuve program graduate. It's going to drive the same as the one that you're hoping to find. And so when that car does surface, it might be 6 months, it might be 6 years. We know what you're looking for. We've already, you know, traded car for money, and so we understand, you know, the relationship's going to be stronger at that point, having gone through that exercise. You know, you'll probably get that phone call before others when you've obviously already, you know, joined the Enthusiast Auto Group and the family. And we certainly love to do repeat business. We obviously enjoy new business just as much, and most of the business at this point has become repeat business, and that's definitely why we do things the way that we do it. But we have a couple Z3 M-Coupes right now, some pretty special ones. And I wanted to drop a little incentive during this video. So within the 7 days of the publish date and time, as you see listed on this video, if you're a new client, repeat client, if you are interested in a Z3 M-Coupe, give us a call, mention that you saw the YouTube video, you're interested in learning what the YouTube special is, and we will certainly make a nice effort to work with you and get you in a Z3 M-Coupe fully sorted by, well, the industry leader in the space. I mean, when we've got cars that are this nice and this low mileage, and we've had this many of them, we know exactly what should be where and how it should drive and smell. As you guys know that have had these really low mileage ones, there's a certain smell that these cars have that's quite unique to the Z3 M-Coupe. I think the E39 M5 is probably the only one that has a somewhat similar smell. And most would say that it smells like Crayola crayons. And I smell it every time I get in this car and several of the others. I mean, almost all of them really. And it's just part of the allure of these little, you know, M shoes, the clown shoe. You know, appreciate everybody tuning in. Again, Monterey Car Week. We're gonna have a EAG shindig, and would love to have it. We've got, actually, I forgot. We've got a keynote enthusiast that's joining us. That's quite a big deal in the BMW community. He's probably gonna bring a lot of his friends, and got a couple special cars that we're shipping out. I probably should have mentioned that too. 2, maybe 3, maybe even, well, then all the EAG cars that our clients show up with will be at this event. Black Sport Evolution that we restored and sold last year, just a 28,000 mile car. That car is coming to market, and we'll be driving that car all week next week. So if you're interested in seeing that as well, reach out, and we will be happy to provide the coordinates and information when the EAG gathering of BMW enthusiasts is taking place. Thanks for tuning in. Subscribe down below for more. There's going to be more little incentives dropped throughout the next couple of videos. We'll be shooting a couple videos in Monterey, and looking forward to meeting with a lot of our fellow enthusiasts out there at that event. Thanks for tuning in. See ya.